Game on! Team Hasu against Skogsapor, the grand final, the Heroes of the Storm grand final of our amateur league. Division 1, we had the Mythical Championship, and let's go on with another tournament match. On the left side, on our first map, on Sky Temple, we got X-Ray on Zul. Hasu is playing Imperius, we got Dino on Ophia, Death Knight on Stukov, and Ultralisk is playing Medivh. On the right side of the map, Skogsapor, after they took down Team Hype actually in the last match. They go now up here with Galnagulnar on Lucio, with Skog on Diva, Sven on Sonya, Bakul on Muradin, and Gia on Sylvanas against the final boss here in the grand final. By the way, this was originally planned to be a best of 5 series, but as it turned out, the teams, they had some other obligations, and so all of this turned into a best of 3. A little bit disappointing. We wanted to have a bit more, but at the same time, we're going to get a couple of cool games, so we're not going to complain here about it. Another nice series coming up. And off we go. Interestingly enough, again, our little Sonya setup here with the Furious Blow as the level 1, so that's kind of neat too. We have the stacks coming in for Medivh, by the way, very quickly here. He got a lot out of that first skirmish. Muradin, again, with the Stormbolt build. We're going to keep our eye on the level 4 talent. Again, the Koreans, they really like to play it out with Sledgehammer. We've seen the European and American players use that a bit more often on Battlefield of Eternity. But outside of that, it's not used that much. But we've seen it. The Koreans, though, they really like that particular style. So we'll see if that comes through here too. Now, in this particular Heroes of the Storm series, it's all about, of course, the victory. This is the grand final. We're going to have the tournament conclude finally after we had some pretty epic games with Paper Malady being defeated in the first round, for example. Team Hype really rocking through that lower bracket part. And time will tell which of these two teams will crown themselves to be the Heroes of the Storm champion of the Mythical Championship. Our end of 2020, end of season tournament of Heroes Lounge. So, yeah. Lots of good stuff over here. I mean, Hasu's team obviously incredibly strong. I mean, a lot of these guys are playing in Meta Madness, have been signed up for these teams. We have them in the CCL. We've seen them in pretty much every single league and tournament that was featuring any kind of prize money during the last 2 years after HTC went down. That was obviously quite cool that they're also participating here in the amateur scene. Gives all those teams someone to compete against and really to measure up outside of simply just randomly playing Storm League against pretty good and solid players here. So now as we're heading into our level 4 talents, it also means that our temples are going to be announced in another 30 seconds. So then it's going to be time to shine to see who's going to take the lead here. But for now, the push at the top lane is going to be enhanced by Sylvanas. They're trying to take down the wall here and get an early lead on structures. We got Muradin with the commitment to the Stormbolt. Has to jump out, by the way, very early, since he was more or less locked down by the lurking arm here. A nice portal engage, but they can't really keep up with Gia. Well, at least it seemed like they won't be able to, but I spoke a bit too soon. Sylvanas gets taken down, and that is first blood in the game. Nicely done. So, we got the initial kill coming through from Team Hasu as they lock that in. 16 stacks for Ultralisk. Really good start for Medivh. Now, he's still got to be careful. Bit of damage at the bot lane thanks to the Siege Shines. Bit of damage up at the top thanks to the earlier push. And over here could be a kill. X-Ray! The shield is there. Galnagulnar comes in, but Lucio goes down. The problem is that Bakul has to jump out too. They're still trying to play it out. Lucio is dead. Here's the bomb, and he is going to just tank this, isn't he? Hasu is standing on the point with Imperius, and they're fighting for it. The portal rotation has already come in. Medivh is chipping in some damage and some extra arcane rifts as well. The death of Muradin seals the deal, and Diva dies also. Yeah, that was not quite what they were hoping for here. They looked like they could maybe steal the camp away. That would have been a huge blow against Team Hasu. But as it happens, Skogsapor loses way too many heroes, and now they lost the control too. They don't have the level 7 talent. They lost control over both of the temples. There's a big push coming on now with the Bruiser camp at the top, and they're starting to take shots from both objectives. Huge lead right now for Team Hasu. It was a pretty high-risk play that we've seen there from the red team. But honestly, if it works out, then they are massively ahead. But it turned against them, and now they have to pay the price. They are losing structures all over the place. The rotation is now coming in as the red team is trying to defend their top fort, which is under heavy pressure. Zul and Diva, they are both rotating at the bot lane. No Zeratul in this game. But there's the fort eliminated. And there's still a couple of shots left that are, of course, now starting to target the middle of the map, where the wall has already been destroyed too. So the 1-level lead is not the only thing that gives Team Hasu a big lead right now. Nope, they are heavily ahead in structures. And they're still hunting for targets. They still have Medivh that can set the rotation up and can allow them with a portal to jump on a target. We have 22 stacks by now for Medivh, so it's also a safe play for him. Needs to be staying a little bit in the back, maybe. There's a couple of setups. Dino is getting attacked. Could be a kill. The shield is out. Ultralisk helping the teammates here. And especially Mirrodin would have loved to get a kill after a Stormbolt setup, just to get those extra stacks, especially on the baseline. But it's 26 stacks now for Medivh instead. They hold a 1-level lead, which will grant them a very early level 10. And in Heroes of the Storm, one of the biggest things that you can do is just make a power play after you grab the early heroic ability. So they could technically try to go for the boss, for example. I doubt that they're going to do that, but they can also push structures, like for example the bot lane that you can see here, with the help of those siege giants that they just locked in. Dino with Coffin Girl doing a little bit more damage over here. Yeah, the Nexus special is ready, and Orphea gets the kill. There's the dead dwarf, and the level 10 ability, of course, gives them a massive advantage now that they are trying to exploit as best as they can, taking the outer structures of Skogsapor down completely. We got 6 kills to 2 right now, 30 stacks by now for Medivh. And as it happens, he is also pretty high on the damage compared to the rest of the team. It's actually the highest damage dealer in the entire game now. Orphea is the only one that was able to sneak ahead a little bit. So, yep, definitely quite nice here for them. All the way up towards the top side though. Alright, there's a level 10 finally in the hands of the red team. And they're trying to push a bit too. Oh, and again the Haymaker. Not a fan. We saw that in one of the previous games already. But oh boy, I am not a Haymaker fan. Maybe they thought, okay, this is our only chance. Make a couple of like playmaker moves and then try to win the game on the back of that. But I doubt that's going to be a success for them. A lot of damage here. Second objective, by the way, is only now coming up, and we already have the fort in the mid lane. The last one standing for Skogsapor on half HP. Whew, rough going, honestly. Now, the red team is doing pretty much the only thing that they can do. They're trying to regain a bit of map control by taking camps. That also will alleviate some of the pressure that the top lane would have experienced through the catapults. They have to move down to the bottom to try and fight for the temple. And they are forced into fights. They're so far behind in structures that the only thing that can bring them back is technically... I mean, it's pretty much just them winning a couple of fights, taking the objective. Everything outside of that is just not going to work. They can't evenly trade anymore. They are way too far behind, so they're trying to go for an aggressive play, and they have to. There's no talent advantage right now for Team Hasu. D.Va is down first on the other hand, and that's a bad start for them. The attack against Sven. Blue team is suffering a lot of HP losses here too, but it's still looking quite good for them. We have 36 stacks for Medivh. He's nearly done with his quest, and here comes the poison over. Mirrodin is in deep shit, and it seems like they're even going for Sylvanas. The ley line locking her down. Orphea trying to take the kill up at the top, and it is getting quite nasty. Orphea's down already, and they're looking for Mirrodin. Coffin Girl is just waiting for him to hop over, which is exactly what he does. Mirrodin is down, there's the kill, and up at the top, Sven is probably the only one that's able to escape here. He's trying to turn it against Hasu, but I would be surprised if that happens. Zul has, in the meantime, rotated towards the top because, well, he has to deal with all of that push power that comes in from Skogsapor. But just look at what happens at the bot lane here. The fort in the middle has already been destroyed. Now it's time to attack the keep directly, and it's a massive advantage for Team Hasu. They are playing an incredible game here, actually. Absolutely fantastic game. So, 19 stacks for Mirrodin. I mean, it's not too shabby, but still, they need a lot more if they really want to bring this back. We have 37 stacks for Medivh. He's nearly done with his baseline, which would allow him to make much more aggressive plays, too. So, very nice setup for Team Hasu. And, yeah, they are the big boss to beat in the grand final for a reason. And Skogsapor is trying to overcome that obstacle, but at least on the first map of this series, it's not looking too good. 10 kills to 2 tell the tale. In the middle of the map, Muradin goes down. Medivh is locking in a few more stacks. They go for Sonya. They take her too. In comes Death Knight with the big boy slaps. And they're just losing more and more ground. D.Va is forced to the top to defend the fort wall, the keep wall. Whereas the boss is, of course, now open. And they make an immediate play. Muradin, I mean, again, if you don't go for Avatar, you just don't have the sustainability in these team fights that you want there, at least not with the setup that they're playing right now. They have a triple front line, but as you can tell, it's just simply not enough. He has to back off way too early. They were looking for some isolation, and it didn't really work out here. Now the attack is coming. He even I mean, Caligula needs to use a sound barrier there. That's a big cooldown that just got burned, and he might still die. He's trying to escape. Yeah, and that's the end of him. He's down, that's level 16, and if they also get the Siege Giants, then I gotta say, this looks more and more like we're gonna see the end of this game. The only thing that might maybe save Skogsapor is that we are only 10 minutes in. So death timers are super low, boss is not too strong. It's always terrifying when you see a boss move towards a keep, but again, he's just not strong this early in the game. Quest completed for Medivh, and they get a kill against Sonya. This is a bit of a slaughter. So, yeah, the first Heroes of the Storm game of the day is a bit one-sided, but Ophir goes down. Maybe that is the move that helps them to survive. You can see that they're not even making a play for it, just simply deciding to fall back. The main damage dealer is gone. They know that the boss will be easily defended. So instead of going for a YOLO move and then maybe losing the fight and being pushed back, they're just saying, you know what, guys, let's move into the objective. We have a double temple on the map. We can claim that, get ahead even further, and then we fight later on in the game. So yeah, they get a couple of shots connected in the middle. They still hold the bot lane. They're taking position around the middle in another attempt to maybe secure themselves in this particular temple. Hasu has to be careful at the bot lane too, though, so they're losing at least a bit of ground. Stormbolt connects, and let's see. Up towards the top. Dino is already playing this out, so he's back to business. They're starting to fight it in the middle as well. It's a little bit of a poke, a bit of a skirmish, nothing too much. Also, in terms of damage, we got now 45,000 for Fia. Girl is killing it! Yeah, 45,000 right now. Against the 18k that we're seeing for D.Va. Explosion! Azul, by the way, is just saying, I don't give a shit, I'm gonna take that camp away from you. Holy hell! Calm down, brother. He's just scything away over here. Yes, the kill against Stukov at least, but Lucio and Sonya, they die too. Medivh is still a man on a mission. Gia with 40 HP is just like, help, help, team. He's trying to escape here. Oh! He tried to get the kill against Ultralus, but he couldn't. If the arrow connects, Medivh dies first. But unfortunately for him, it was a bit of a blind move. No look pass right there. So now we have 18 kills to 4 and an absolute crushing defeat for Skogsapor on map number 1. Again, a lot of this initiated by the initial risky play that they made on the opponent's bruiser camp. That set them behind a lot. They lost 2 temples to it pretty much. They also lost 4 of their heroes, so it was a huge difference in experience that we saw. D.Va now taken down as well. But yeah, this is an absolute slaughter that we're seeing. Skogsapor is obviously pretty much looking at this as a little bit of a fun side setup now too. They're obviously in the know that they can't win this map anymore, so they're just YOLOing into it, trying to go for a little bit of a brawl against their opponent. The early loss on the fight on the bruiser camp, that was pretty much the killing blow already. Maybe not quite. There's always a chance that a team makes a mistake and allows you to get back into the match, but Team Hasu obviously is too experienced to make these mistakes in such a situation. So they played disciplined and they used the advantages that they had and brought themselves even farther ahead. Now they're in a position where they can easily end the game with 22 kills against 4. That's not going to be a problem. But I would expect that map number 2 is going to show us a bit of a different style here. Muradin goes down, D.Va's also eliminated, and yep, that is the first game of our series. Nicely done by Team Hasu as they take Sky Temple with a pretty impressive lead, a 4-level advantage as they lock in level 20. GG, and well played. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2. Team Hasu came in with a bit of an ass-kicking into our first Heroes of the Storm game of the day. Now on our second map, Infernal Shrines, we have Skogsapor, the challenger in this tournament here in 2020, coming in with the attempt to, of course, bring it back in this best-of-3 series. On the left side, we got Ultralisk on Kerrigan, we got Dino on Deckard Cain, Death Knight on Hanzo, X-Ray on Diablo, so a little bit of a swapperoo over here too. We got Hazops on Leo. It's kind of funny to see actually Dino and Deckard Cain and X-Ray and Diablo, but again, this team is the favorite, so they're switching things up just a bit. On the right side of the map now, we see Berghold on Johanna, we currently got Skog on Tychus, Galnagulnar on Anduin, Sven on Diva, and Gia is playing Gul'dan. Alright, off to the second map here. Who takes the lead here? Who takes the victory? We got Ultralisk right now waiting in the wings already in our mid lane fight, hoping for a good combo with Kerrigan, showing the patience. Has not found out just yet. And they are diving in a little bit deep. Here comes the combo, and the follow-up from Dino is ready, but they're not able to get the kill. Good damage though. At the same time, with Tychus going into his grenade build, he was able to chunk X-Ray down a bit with his minigun, even without a level 4 talent. To the top, we already have our 1 versus 1 setup. Hasu Ops right here with Leo. Not with the Janitor skin on the other hand, so that's a bit of a missed opportunity, but well. When it comes to skins, one of the best Heroes of the Storm skins, at least just from the history, how it was actually put into the game, that's definitely Leo and what he brings to the table with the Janitor. And yeah, Kerrigan, Ultralisk of course, has to go into the Ultralisk on level 10. I don't want to see any Maelstrom shenanigans. I mean, most of the time we see Ultralisk anyways, just simply because you get the extra stun setup, but we need to make sure that he actually locks that in. It would be a shame if he didn't. We need that for the memes. And this is of course another map where just from teamfight control and what you use with AoE, we are having a quite decent setup for Team Hasu. Now there's a couple of cool tools also on the side of Skogsapor, but they had a rough time in game number 1. And again, I want to put this into context. I mean, obviously we have the blue team coming in as a massive favorite. There's absolutely no doubt about it. This team is just incredibly strong. At the same time though, I feel a lot of the problems in game number 1 really stemmed from that attempt of Skogsapor to invade the Bruiser camp of the blue team, which just didn't work out. And to be fair, for quite some time it looked like they might be able to pull it off. But once they lost multiple heroes, didn't take the camp, they were so far behind, losing out on a talent level just on the first objective, not even having the heroes on the map, and it was a bit of a snowball from there on out. What terrifies me is that in this particular game now, Team Hasu is rocking so much crowd control spells that I really think this is going to be a brutal slaughter on those team fights, unless we can see good Horrifies, good plays from Johanna there too. You just look over to Diablo and his combo. I mean, we have so many things that you can combo an Apocalypse off, for example. You could do that with the Old Man in his day while Listen, Hanzo with an arrow. Now, of course, on this map, you don't even have to go APOC. You can go Lightning Breath on the Shrine as well, which oftentimes is a cool tool to help you and lock in the Punisher. But then there's Kerrigan, you know, with more stuns. You have the Buried Alive later. So it is a terrifying combo. There's no doubt about it. But, well, let's have a bit of a look on how exactly the red team is playing against it. I mean, for now, it's just camps on the map. But here comes the first objective. And that is when the real party starts. Now, we got Ruby on level 4 now for Deckard Cain. Let's keep that in mind, too. Plus, in addition to that, of course, the Eternal Retaliation for Johanna. Diablo moving in, looking for a target here. Kerrigan coming in with the combo, missing it. Diablo's trying for the engage too, and we have the bomb coming from Diva, creating a little bit of space. Big lead now for the red team as they are trying to lock in the first objective on the map. And Infernal Shrines, they have taken the lead with 26-27. Diva moved to the top. They're already giving this one up. Bit of a rotation into the middle, trying to help out too and go to the fountain. But this is going to be a foregone conclusion from here on out. Skogsapor with Punisher number 1. They go for the Mortar Punisher and let's go. Here comes the break through the wall. They open it up. Can't really follow up on a Punisher jump. But the level 7 talents for both of the teams are in. Tychus has by now moved into the middle. And here's our abilities. Look at that build. Dragon Hungers is even in as well. Went for the explosive arrows too. I mean, those are some of the things that you can do when you have an objective that spawns close to the lanes. So they can utilize that as well. Definitely some interesting stuff happening in this game in regards to builds. We got, by the way, for Tychus, the traditional, but well, not really traditional. By now, it's probably the most common build on Tychus, just going into the Titan Grenade setup. Yeah, combo missed, by the way. Gia is able to walk out, is turning around to drop another Echoed Corruption. He's, by the way, a bit low on the stacks, only has 7 for his level 1 talent. There's something to point out here. And, well, let's go. Also, standard level 4 for Tychus as well, going straight into the bigger they are. I mean, it is pretty much the most common talent that you'll find on the hero, especially, of course, when you go up against someone like Diablo. You want to chunk him down. We see this. Oh, nice engage against him. Well done here. Yeah, we've seen from the NA players mostly a couple of variations where they're trying to get the longer minigun duration. Again, it happens every now and then, but in any coordinated play, especially on European server with normal ping, you have just the bigger they are against someone like Diablo. Oftentimes you want to have some extra damage behind it just so that you can secure the kill. You've seen that combo pulled off a lot with the variant plays that have been made lately with the taunt on level 4 as well. So, yeah. And, well, let's have a little bit of a look what else they're currently gonna do once the level 10 abilities kick in, because technically speaking, I mean, again, we could have some variation. For Dibbles, there's a few different plays that he could make. I still think that with all the combo potential, Apocalypse would be insane, but as I mentioned, Lightning Breath is something you can definitely play on Infernal Shrine, so depending on what they feel they need, more control in the zone, they could go for that. Here comes, they could have gone into the jump too, they could have gone for Falling Sword plus the Light Bomb, but they didn't. Diva's Explosion is already gone. But right now we have Light Bomb plus the Blessed Shield. Ultralisk went for the Ultralisk, me likey. There's the APOC. So we're gonna get the old man with the Stale Violent Listen. So much potential for CC with Heroics alone already. And it is getting murderous. Horrify, there's the arrow. The old man is down. They get the kill. But there's the Entomb and they're going for Gulnar. Anduin, he's dead. No more supports on neither side. It turns into a brawl. Kerrigan is not following up with another combo. Oh, well, actually, she's trying to go for Skog, and 100 hit points, he gets away. Ultralisk? He's gonna die. No way. Oh my god. Are you serious? He actually didn't eat enough damage. I thought it was enough to drop him, but nope, it wasn't. Damn, that was close. That was crazy close. Let's take another one of this. Look, there's no support. Nobody can heal him. And I honestly thought it would be killing him. But nope, he survives with a hit point. 1 hit point at a time. Absolute crazy. Now we're back on the next objective. 15 stacks by now for the ugly guy with the bad teeth. Gul'dan, not Garrosh. The entire time I'm like, Garrosh. And it fits as well for Garrosh, but no, it's Gul'dan. The guy that's a little bit more green. So either way, now that we're actually on the point, here comes the APOC play. Oh, the arrow missing. Big arrow plays. YouTube getting mad at me again. And here comes the Diva setup. Nice Light Bomb, by the way. So Light Bomb is kind of neat. They go for X-Ray, and X-Ray is down, but he had the stacks. He's going to be back. Another good combo from Kerrigan. The pilot eliminated. And off we go. They go for Skog. Tychus, the heal. He's alive. Dodging out on the Hansel damage too. Nicely done. The Punisher again in the hands of the red team, but boy do they pay a price now. They lose another 2 heroes. Anduin is running away as usual. Tychus is dead, so is Johanna, all of them eliminated, and oh boy, this is nasty. Both objectives claimed by Skogsapor, but they just can't push with number 2 because Team Hasu was a bit too strong over here. So yeah, great moves by them, the early level 13, they still hold on in experience, and there's a bit of a chase going on for Gul'nar too. They see him, there's the engage, yes, and Babyface is about to go down. Oh yeah. Alright, Anduin definitely went the wrong way here. No, he was looking for an adventure, but then he was reminded once again that he's not Lily. So he gets dropped right away. Nicely done. Okay, so with that said, we got our level 13. That gives us also I mean, against Spray and Pray, you can always go to Near Steel Coden if you feel that you're under pressure. But these days, most of the Tigers players are trying to get away with a more greedy setup, more aggressive setup that we have here. They are still on even talents, so it's totally fine. They've also done a lot more damage to structures on the to the other side. But of course, we can't overlook the fact that despite them winning 2 objectives, they are behind in experience. Here comes another move, pushing, and not quite what he was looking for, I suppose. But I don't think it would have done any damage anyways. So now that we have our bot lane pushing even further from the camp alone, it seems like the first fort of the game is gonna fall. And not really. Those are some pretty resilient structures over here. And the attack towards the top right. I mean, in Heroes of the Storm, you always have comeback potential. This game is so far not as one-sided as game number 1 was, but there's always the potential for you to win a team fight and then bring it back. That's one of the cool things about Heroes. And it's also, of course, the source of the biggest Heroes of the Storm meme that you've ever seen. I mean, the 6.5 out of 10 moment from IGN is not there for nothing. And by the way, in case that somebody doesn't really know what that is, I occasionally get the question on YouTube in particular. So initially when IGN was rating Heroes of the Storm as a game, it was a Dota 2 fan that wrote the review, and he was bitching 6 days to Sunday that Heroes of the Storm has no comeback potential and rated it 6.5 out of 10, where of course Heroes of the Storm is one of the MOBAs, if not the MOBA, that has the biggest comeback potential of them all because of the underdog bonus that you have and the ability to come back with a big teamfight victory in the late game. Talking about coming back into a fight, this here is another invade and a little bit reminiscent of what we saw in game number 1, but they're not committing with everybody. It's only D.Va, and Sven pays the price for it, doesn't he? He can try to get away here, but the mace to the face solves the issue, and he is down. There we go. Arrow, and this one connects. Nice. That one really connects. So far, so good. 16 talents already. And it's time for the objective to be announced soon here. Top lane pressure, of course, now too. They're trying to go for Skog again. The Entomb isn't ready though. He can slow him down. Try to set it up for Ultralisk. Yeah, he's dead. He did a great job dodging out on a lot of the abilities, but I also got to shout out the players on the blue team side that delayed their abilities to juke him out a bit too. So there's pretty much mind games going on between the two, and eventually he just had to accept that there were too many people going up against him. So they lose Tigers. They are about to lose the top fort as well. And then the big question is simply who wins the objective. But I like that Skogsapor is immediately pushing the bot lane, saying, hey, if you take the top, we're going to go for your structure down at the bottom of the map. They're dropping a shit ton of ults, by the way, on X-Ray here. They just dropped 2 ults on him. 3 ults. 3 ults, and they got nothing out of it. Nada. Zip. Niente. Nichts. Nix. And there's the combo. Oh, they're gonna lose more. No! 3 ults on Dibbles, and he just doesn't give a shit. And then they lose 2 in the process, just as they finally have level 16 and could fight on an even talent base. So now they are just way behind again. The objective is about to be lost, and that is just brutal. Absolutely brutal. So yeah, if this continues, Team Hasu might just be able to walk away with a 2-0 victory over here in this grand final. I mean, again, we aren't there yet, and the initial objectives were all won by Skogsapor. Spray game on point, by the way. Hasu representing, even in 2020, Team Liquid. So there we go. And it's party time. By the way, big shout out to Team Liquid just in general. Team Liquid is just an absolutely amazing organization. There would have been a lot of orgs that would have dropped pretty much all of their players instantly after what happened when NGC was let down. But Team Liquid, always a super loyal org in StarCraft, StarCraft 2. These guys have been amazing, and they have really kept it together with the players and allowed them to continue all of this. So big shout out to them. Team Liquid, definitely one of the good ones out there. 11 kills to 2, and a couple of nice combo attempts here, but also that arrow was completely eaten up by Johanna, who already activated the Iron Skin here. So there's that. And by the way, while we're also shouting out Team Liquid, another thing, big shout out to Liquipedia. These guys have been on fire in every single game that I have ever casted, and it is honestly amazing. So it doesn't matter if you're looking for information for Warcraft, Starcraft, Valorant, it doesn't really matter. Liquipedia is probably the best source out there when it comes to esports and tournaments. So if you ever wondered, like, hey, what were the results here? What's the bracket for this and that event? If it is anything that is worth mentioning, Liquipedia has it listed. So these guys are just working overtime. They are totally on fire. I can't really say enough good things about them. So if you've never heard of them, liquipedia.net, check them out. You won't regret it. But anyways, since we are continuing with all of this, we got our 2 forts eliminated, and the one in the middle is nearly taken down too. So big plays coming in from Team Hasu as they lock in their level 20. Makes it, of course, easy when you're 2 levels ahead and you have a Storm talent. But yeah, there we have the move towards the top side to maybe make a play for Sven, but more importantly so, take the camp away, which is going to be the next step, trying to break through the top wall. So that's another big one. And on the damage side, we got 39,000 for Tychus, we have 34,000 for Kerrigan. Kerrigan, top damage dealer for the team. Way more than anybody else. Yeah, another arrow, another combo, and that is gonna be a potential kill. But the Horrify destroys the ambitions. That was a good buried alive, but we got shut down too. So in we go. They go for Kerrigan. Ultralis. Oh no! Can they save him? Yes, they can. Dino, look at this. Support main detected, Kappa. Yeah, able to keep Kerrigan alive, and then they are able to get the kill against Johanna too. So now top side got pressured a bit more. That's where Skog is currently dancing around. Hasu is still waiting. And, well, next objective is going to be at the top side too, but they're already pushing aggressively to take as many of these walls down as they can. The only objective for Skogsapor at this point is to just stay alive for as long as possible, get the level 20, and then take the fight to them. Problem is that over here, it might be the end of Skog, and he's dead. Hasu likely going to pay the price though, and indeed he does, but that's of course always a positive trait if you only lose Leo, but he's not the only one. Kerrigan goes down as well. That's a bit of a different story. They're coming in with a light bomb Diva, which didn't really work to lock Dino down, but they're still trying to drop Deckard Cain here, and it's a 3-4-1. The old man is battling all of them. Yeah, the Swedes bullying the old geezer, and Dino doesn't give a fuck. I mean, he's going 1v4 right now. Gets a bit of an assist with the arrow, take the arrow to the knee, and Dino just walks out. The old man just walks away. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, here's X-Ray again. Oh, the Apo combo, and they get it locked in. And there's the kill. What a brawl. Holy shit. Yeah, off we go, and Sven is gonna die too, isn't he? Yeah, of course. Let's take another look at this. So apparently Deckard never heard that he's supposed to socially distance, so he has a bit of a party going here. He's going up against 3 initially, then he goes up against 4, and yeah, he just survives, and he just says like, guys, like, I don't care what you're saying, but I'm good to go here. Like, see you later, have a good one, it was nice meeting you, but I'm out of here. So with this, we got 16 kills, 2-4 now, and yeah, it's it's kind of funny. Dino just refusing to die. It's 20 versus 20 on the other hand. The problem, of course, is that the red team has 3 heroes that are currently dead. But besides that, it's not too shabby. The combo, oh my god. No! Not like this! Not the staggered death against Tychus too. Yeah, they're falling apart here a little bit. This just hurts. Oh my god. The keep already gets attacked. Honestly, at this point, I just imagine that Dino and Deckard Cain is just flexing up hard and is moving in and trying to take it now down. Solo just sends the rest back. It's like, boys, get out of here. I won the challenge. But they are going for core, of course, now. They are going for the core. Well, if they actually end here, I'm going to have a little bit of a bonus for you after that. So stick around if they can't defend. And right now, it doesn't really look like the red team is going to be able to force this back. So it seems like we're going to have a winner Team Hasu is looking poised to take a 2-0 victory over their opponent in the grand final with another wall stun, and they're not giving a fuck about the core, by the way. They're just chasing. They're just chasing for Gia, dropping everything they have, taking Gul'dan down. The Punisher's by now been baited into the middle. They're still chasing Jojo, but now they're going for the core to end the game and crowning themselves the Heroes of the Storm champions of this season in Heroes Lounge. So yeah, as we had a quick 2-0, I got a bit of a special one for you after that. But congratulations already to Team Hasu for locking in a solid victory with their performance and a win on Infernal Shrines that gives them the championship here in Heroes of the Storm. Game on! Well, I promised you guys a bit of a bonus game, and there you have it. We have the same two teams going up against each other. Skogsapor against Team Hasu, and this game was actually played a little bit earlier in the tournament. Not a match that we directly covered, but I thought that the heroes that were played in this one were actually kind of cool. So I thought I'll throw that in as a little bit of a bonus because the grand final was a quick 2-0. So Berghult, this time we have him on the left side for the blue team playing Tyrael. We got Skog on Sylvanas, Gia on Sergeant Hammer. The Vikings are in play. Oh yeah, baby, TLV. Galne Gulnar on Brightwing, and on the right side of the map, the Team Hasu. Again, they just won the grand final. This is a bit of an extra special bonus map that you get from me. We have Hazops on Abathur, the Heroes of the Storm Slug, X-Ray on Uther, Death Knight on ETC, Dino and Tracer, and Ultralisk is playing Coffin Girl again as he goes for Orphea, a Heroes of the Storm original in this tournament. Yeah, Blizzard always trying to create that special narrative for Heroes of the Storm with Orphea and some others, and honestly, it didn't really work out all that well. But again, Abathur already with a little bit of damage up at the top. We got a Balog build, by the way, so explosive attacks are in on level 1. Also a slight adjustment on Sergeant's Hammer's level 1 with the ambush coming in straight here with the talent. And there's a couple of cool things actually about what we're seeing. So what you see is, first of all, the blue team trying to set up a strong foreman that allows them to push with Sylvanas. Not only because they're up against Abathur, you're trying to exploit the early game a bit, but also because they have the Vikings who are obviously trying to split onto two different lanes and allow the strong foreman to dominate one lane completely and pressure it. And that's why we have Sergeant Hammer here. That's why we have also Sylvanas. Both of those are really good at just sieging up and just putting pressure onto some structures. Now, one of the cool things on the other side is that we're actually looking at a setup in which we have Tracer plus Abathur, which is always scary, and damn, they are destroying the Sergeant over here. Hammer down, and they are looking for more kills. They're getting Brightwing too, and oh boy, Team Hasu. Whew. They are definitely doing some work early on. I don't really think that the blue team was ready for that aggression. I definitely didn't see that coming. Even a bit more work done in the middle, but yeah, Dino obviously can zip around quite easily. Yeah, I love how Hasu is baiting a bit with Abathur here, and it nearly costs Balog his life. Balog goes down as Abathur came in and hits him with a spike, but down at the bottom of the map, now that level 4 is in play, we are seeing the blue team under pressure. And again, another kill. Tracer, Dino is unleashed here. This is, by the way, one of those things where I'm continuously talking also in the CCL games a bit about, hey, keep in mind these players are playing with a ping disadvantage. How many times have you seen Dino pop off with a Tracer or a Zeratul in CCL? Not a whole lot. Because those are all heroes that require you to play very reactionary, to have super quick reflexes, and that's something that they just can't allow themselves to play in the CCL environment where they have a big delay. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to see those heroes at all, but the priority is definitely a very different one because they just can't go into this particular playstyle. Big hits coming out. The brawl is real in this game, by the way. Brightwing is coming in. They're trying to turn it against Death Knight, and Death Knight goes down. There's the kill. Death Knight goes down. Gia gets also attacked, and that is a disaster. They're all going down. Down. 3 kills. Triple kill, baby. What is happening? Everybody is just getting murdered here, including Tracer. Top side. Slap it, baby. Slap it. No. He's just baiting. Bottom of the map. There's the next setup. Berkul is the lone survivor for now, but they're trying to drop him too. And he's dead. Top side, the interrupts were there. Hasu interrupted 2 Vikings, and then ETC comes in and helps them out. And yep, that's gonna be a bit of an exchange in bell towers, but at least one bell tower goes over to the red team, as they're also taking the level 7 advantage. Just saying. So here's a bit of a recap of what happened. Look at that team fight. I mean, that's the end of the battle pretty much, just before they are also focusing on Tyrael then. But Orphea got 3 kills. So yeah, she just crushed. Ultralis doing great on her. Siege tactics are in. They're still struggling for level 7 talent. But now that we have it, it's still a level advantage for Team Hasu. The cool thing is that, of course, now we have a couple of really impactful tools on the side of the blue team. They got the Swift Retribution, which is really going to be neat, not only for Sylvanas, but also for Sergeant Hammer, who has now also the Hover Siege mode. So that should allow Gia to, yeah, just like dominate on these positions a bit better, if they can set it up. And it will make Tracer's life a lot harder, in theory at least, because you just can't dodge out on auto attacks. It's one of the reasons why quite often when you see Tracer picked, or saw her picked in the past, you'll see either Jimmy taken, you see Sergeant Hammer taken. Back in the days it was Thrall, because with the Chain Lightning you had another point and click that Tracer just couldn't dodge out on. It's much easier for her to move away from skill shots. So that's actually a huge part. But now that we're having the pressure at the bottom of the map, that's an attempt of Skogsapor to take down that wall and finally apply the strength of this 4-man that they were trying to draft into this particular map. 8 kills against 2, that is a big advantage for Team Hasu, of course, but then again, you look over to the experience, and it's pretty similar. It's not that big of a lead right now, so there is a chance that they can still turn this. This is also, of course, the comeback map in Heroes of the Storm. I mean, seriously, if you're talking about any Heroes of the Storm map, this is it. This is where you will see most of the comebacks. Late game control in Heroes is important, but it's nowhere else as important as it is on Towers of Doom. We had so many great Heroes of the Storm matches in the past that just turned after a team was already down to single digits on the core. And early on here, they of course tried to establish a bit of a lead, and did. But if they can take some of these bell towers down, that would be great. Tracer is taking the top right, gets a little bit of Abathur support as the Vikings are trying to... Yes! Slap it, baby! Oh yeah! Hasu, that's how you play the slug, right here. Abby wants a piece of the action. Jumps in and comes in with a bit of a slapperoo. Yeah, still has to wiggle his way out of this one. And Sven, he doesn't chase him. Bot lane, that's where the real fight still continues. But I like it. That was actually kind of neat. Now we have mind control again, but this time it's not this mind control into 7-sided Karazim approach, since they went for Brightwing as their hero. So it's a little bit of a different setup. And talking about Sylvanas, there's the Sanctification as she gets attacked. Death Knight was already sliding in. They could go for the Holy Cow, by the way. They got the Divine Shield to help out. But there's the kill. I love how Uther, by the way, didn't give a fuck. Uther just stood there, has the Divine Shield still ready. I think he had enough mana too, and he was simply sitting there and saying like, yeah, you're not getting the Divine Shield for me, dude. I'm really sorry, but I don't really care. So yeah, let's ETC die. And there's the shots fired. Honestly, maybe he didn't have enough mana, I don't know, but let's just assume. I like my story quite a bit, so he just sat there and was like, well, I don't really like you, so you go down. No heals for you. Maybe he insulted his mother or something, like, I don't know. Okay, so 32 against 28 points. 10 kills against 3. Rotations on the map still, with the Vikings also chipping in on experience even further. 11,000 XP soaked through the Vikings already. They're definitely doing their job on that angle. But bot lane, as interesting as it is, has not been completely controlled just yet. So, what I mean with that is there's no bell tower conversion that has happened up to this point. Quest is completed for Orphea. Okay, Coffin Girl is doing her thing. And the pressure at the bot lane continues as the team is moving in. A few more hits. Trying to push the pumpkins back first and foremost. So far that's also happening. Abathur is still active at the top, trying to slap it out a little bit, I'd say. And Sven has to back off too, since he's now starting to push into the towers directly. When it comes to the talents, we also have... I mean, thankfully, by the way, we have no monstrosity in this one. Okay, mind control, not successful here. They're pushing them back slowly. Hammer Yeah, it's damage time. And again, they're obviously attempting to turn it against Gia, and I guess that's gonna get worse as time continues, once that Ultralisk is popping off even further. Dino moving in is also a huge threat. They're pushing Death Knight back as he was getting ready for the mosh pit. It was actually an interrupt on it. Interrupted him down to the short 10-second cooldown, so he has it back up. And as I said, if they want to go for the play, they can slide in with an aggressive mosh pit and then just simply drop the Divine Shield. Go for the Holy Cow. Always possible here, so we'll see if they actually try to make that happen. For now, it's all about the bottom altar, so they're fighting for this one. And it's level 13. Soon gonna against level 13. Blue team is about to lock it in too. So here comes the copy. They go for the double Orphea, double Coffin Girl. Sanctification is out. ETC. There's the Divine Shield, and well, the mosh pit got already cut short. That timing did not work out for them. Not even a little bit. Yeah, hashtag unfortunate. But the kills are still coming. They get 2. They take Olaf down as well. There's the kill against Brightwing. And that is the bell tower. Yeah, pretty neat. Death Knight goes down. Alright, I like it. But yeah. Yeah, take a look at the team fight itself. Look at ETC here. So he comes in, he gets interrupted right away as he's trying to dance, and the Divine Shield, as you could just see, came in, what was it, half a second later? So the timing was nearly perfect, but just not quite. And therefore, the mosh pit gets interrupted, the Divine Shield connects, but yeah, they can't make the big play. Now we got 15 against 4 kills. 1 level advantage, despite the fact that the other team is rocking the Vikings over here and is trying to catch that up. The bell tower conversion of the bot lane is, of course, even more impactful. And as you can see, 55,000 damage by now. From Coffin Girl, 33 from Sergeant Hammer. Mind control, again, not working out for them here, which is unfortunate. But, well, let's go. Up at the top side, yeah, they're trying to flank in again. ETC always ready for that slide, but he doesn't have the mosh pit ready. And no dance party over here. Abathar is still holding on to the rest of the lanes, and of course now they're also going for the next pumpkin camp, as they are hoping to get some more shots connected with the core and take a bit of a lead. They have taken the advantage. It's 28 against 27. Up to this point they were behind, but now that 16 is ready, it's benediction time. And ETC went straight into the imposing presence. Death Knight looking for the mosh pit again. But as I said, he's waiting for the cooldown. They are going for a hammer, and Hammer just got hammered. Oh my god, they completely destroyed this thing. Pretty much took it apart. Yeah, that's shots fired. Ba-dum. Here come the hits. Good for them. Abathar also dropping the mule just as the altar spawn is about to move in. They get another shot connected. Nice. Putting it down to 24. And since we have a single altar, they won't be able to get too far ahead, but that should still be 5 points that's going to get confirmed against the blue team. But yeah, Orphea is attempting to hold on down here. Vikings the entire time just dying all over the place, and Sylvanas at the top is now trying to take another camp. Olaf also went for the large and in charge on 16, which is going to be important. The adrenaline boost is ready. Orphea, on the other hand, with a lurking terror over here. Another 5 shots that get fired, put it down to 19, so that was to be expected. We got the unstoppable frames for Sylvanas, which of course after the drop of the medallion are now even more impactful. And Tracer's just hunting Vikings. I mean, honestly, that's all the Dino's doing. Dino's hunting Vikings, and then occasionally he comes into the team fight and says like, hey boys, I'm here, let's go and take him down. So yeah, good job by them. And here we go, another attempt. Hasu with a mule trying to repair it up and hold it. Another Viking is down. They take the mule, or they try to take the mule down. Problem is the bell tower. It's still alive, but they might lose some heroes because of that. And I think Tyrael is gonna die. Oh my god. He was trying to take it, but he couldn't. Now they're about to lose Sylvanas. No, Brightwing with the save. Holy clutch. Oh my god. They hold on to the bell tower, but the clutch escapes at the top. Oh my. What's that fight? To be fair, I think 2-3 heroes could have, should have died there easily. That really didn't seem like they could save them all. But they somehow did. Brightwing playing a huge part in this. Coming in with the global, providing the shield. Nice BFG here. That one did a lot of damage. Good for them. But they're going to finally lose out on the bell tower at the bottom of the map. So yeah, this one's gone. Now, it's time for the next objective. And this one is gonna hurt if the red team is able to lock a few and want them in. I mean, it's a 4 versus 4 situation on the bell towers. It's not really like they're massively ahead in map control, but still, triple altar phase, of course, is always kind of brutal. Usually it's a 2-1 exchange, even on last one. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's a fun game. So our bonus game over here is actually turning out to be pretty neat. And the combo is honestly to make most of it. Again, Abathur at the top doing his thing. I love that. First 4 shots are getting fired, connecting with the core over here. In the meantime, there's still our little skirmish. And Tracer is now starting to chase down the Vikings, taking Sven down on 2. Abathur is getting the lockdown on the altar. That's 4 shots fired as the bottom fight is still raging on, as you can see here. Yeah, and there's even a couple of Vikings that they are escorting through at the same time. So, party time. Everybody is moving in for position as Tracer comes back down to help out and jump into the back line. A bit of Abathur support would go a long way here. Having the symbiote ready. And boom, another couple of shots fired. They're down to 11 points now. They really try to recapture this, but I don't really think they can. I mean, Hasu's just attempting to get more damage out of the copy. Let's see if they can get a little bit more. Right now, here we have it. Big jump in. And what can they do here? Mind control, divine shield, and Orphea is able to get out. Or is she? BFG with a bit of extra damage again. Here comes the sanctification. They're trying to push in, but they just cannot get the kill, or can they? Death Knight gets an assist from Abathur, and they're trying to at least take the bell tower here, as we still have Tracer rotating around. She still needs to also take the experience at the top lane. Abathur is doing his thing, but slowly and steadily the control of the map is taken by Skogsapor as they are locking in another bell tower at the bottom of the map. And Tainu able to get the boss together with Abby. Alright, shots are fired. That's 4 shots out. Definitely working this one hard. Now, still, the map control is starting to whittle away. And that's a problem. As I said, late game is heavily important. Tracer had so much time up at the top that she could do all of that stuff, but they lost the bell tower because of it. And that can really be a bad trade. You need to take that back. There's the mind control again, but they can't really follow it up. Now there's a level 20 for Team Hasu, and that should give them enough of an initiative to really either go for the objective or maybe even take a few fights here. And hello, team! And here's the party! ETC gets interrupted. Again, no Divine Shield for him. That's 2 kills, 3 kills. They take 3 of the heroes down. They might even be looking for a few more. And they have an opportunity to retake that bell tower and go for the double altar that is up on the map. And that could be game. That could actually be game. Even think about this. If they reclaim it before they channel, then this is over. ETC is not channeling anything yet. They're still starting to hunt the Vikings here. On the right side, they just took Sylvanas down. A few more Vikings to be taken. And they're already starting to go for the objective again. Abathur is slugging it out here in the middle. The first one is channeled. And that means, of course, they're dropping down to 4 points. They still have the level 20 advantage. They're taking Sven down on the Vikings. And this could be it. Yep, the channel is going to end their game. Even the bonus map is won by Team Hasu. Nicely done. And they're victorious on Towers of Doom. Yep, GG, well played. Fun little bonus match. And thank you guys for watching. Again, if you enjoyed the video, make sure that you also hit that like button. And, well, that's it for the day. So, see you guys next time, and bye-bye.